love racing everything, but I always find myself coming back to Stafford to race weekly. I was running sporadically around different places, but then I came back full season 2 seasons ago, and then that's what just clicked off. I just needed to stay back at one track, and then we fired off very well with Rob's help, and we just went up from there. I was building a new car for my son, but he decided to take different endeavors in racing, and Rob was like, hey, why don't we go ahead and finish up the new car, and why don't you get in it? And I said, okay, I guess that's a good idea. We had a new car, so we know we had some bugs to figure out. We were hoping to have no bugs, but we had them. We had a sway bar bound up in control arm problem, and once we figured that out, it started lighting up, and we got our win. I think it was the third or fourth race out, and then we just we keep going from there. I was going for the win at first, and then once it hit halfway point, and then we realized we probably should start point racing a little bit better. And made a few mistakes, and once those mistakes were done, we were like, we can get in this. You're racing around new people, and they come from a division where they're beating and banging all the time, and you can't do that with these cars. They're too on the edge. You put a lot of thought into what moves you're gonna make, how you're gonna do them, and just knowingly that if this thing gets wrecked, I am the one that has to fix it and tear it apart and build it back and bring it back fast again. I don't have big sponsors, so I don't have the backing to replace clips on this car every week. So I have to race conservatively most of the time. I really want to be in contention for the championship. I've always been saying that for the last 2 seasons, is that we have a really good team, just in general, really good car, have a really good chassis builder. I really got to thank Rob Russell from RRC. He's one of my best friends, and I apprenticed in his shop for years. I've known him for over 15 years, and we built a lot of cars, and these 2 cars here now are the ones that he built, and this one's a brand new tube chassis from him. So he's really my main, big supporter besides my father. My father is another big supporter, but and I got Mankind Toys Landscaping, he helps out, and then I got Susie Concrete, he helps out. And then I got Tires by Friends. I got people that, usually give me enough money for a tire here and there, and and it's great. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have tires all this last year. I actually didn't have to complain about tires at all this year. We can compete for a championship. So as a, lower end team, it'll be pretty cool to be the underdog.